remember those days when we first started talking about doing the company and doing Mystery House? And we used to sit around at night and say, gosh, if this game would ever sell just 10,000 copies. I mean, that was kind of the magic number we had in mind. Then that would allow us to move out of LA. We could live kind of happily ever after, because we weren't going for a big house or nothing. We just wanted a log cabin in the woods.
He got his first Apple computer back in 1979, 1980, and brought home a little game called Colossal Cave, a little text adventure game. And I started playing it, and this sort of gave me the idea that, I could try doing this.
Hey, here we go. Hi, everybody. Do you like my cool little intro? I found some old Sierra commercials in all their 144p glory. How is everybody today? We are going to be playing some King's Quest. Hopefully both versions. The one from 1984 and the one from 1990, the remake that they did. And these are both pretty short games, so maybe we'll get through them. We'll see how quick we get through them. So, and I'm if you got any Sierra adventure game related questions, I'll be happy to answer them in chat if you're curious about anything. So, let's see. For those of you who don't know anything about Sierra, the company was founded by Ken and Roberta Williams in 1979 in Simi Valley, California, as Online Systems. And their first game was a game called Mystery House in 1980. And that was basically a text adventure with static screens, very crude art drawn over it. Very heavily influenced by games like Colossal Cave Adventure and Zork. And they went from there. There were quite a few of those games. It was a line they called the High Res Adventure game, and there were games like Mission Asteroid, The Dark Crystal, based on the Jim Henson film, and a game called Wizard and the Princess, which was it's kind of the inspiration for what became King's Quest. And King's Quest 1 was the first of what Sierra called the animated adventure game, or what they would call the 3D animated adventure game. As you'll see, they use that term quite loosely, 3D. It is not what we know it as today. It was designed and written by Roberta Williams. And as with many of the future King's Quest games, it was sort of the flagship game for what at the time was very cutting-edge new technology. It was also the first Sierra game to use the adventure game interpreter, which was the first and crudest version of their animated adventure game scripting utility. Now, this game... Here, I should just pull it up here. While I'm talking about it. Hold on. Let's check this out. I'll show you. I've got... Where is it? Oh, no, not that one. That one! This is my Sierra front end. It's basically sort of like a little kind of Sierra operating system that I've made within here to run games with very carefully curated profiles in DOSBox. So I'll show you King's Quest 1. So whoops. Sorry, I gotta find the right there we go. And let's see. Is it that? Yeah. So I've written some launch scripts for most of these games. And for this particular one, the 1984 version of King's Quest, I'm going to be using a MIDI patch just so you don't hear a bunch of like annoying speaker sounds. It's a little bit more pleasant to listen to. I've got patches like this for all the AGI games. So let's just hear some of these tunes. This is Greensleeves, the opening melody to King's Quest. See some notable credits here. Ken and Doug McNeil would go on to make Gold Rush for Sierra, and you see, if you're familiar with Space Quest, there's a special thanks credit there to Mark Crow and Scott Murphy. So yeah, that is King's Quest right there, in all its 16-color EGA glory. Now, hold on, let me pull up my window here. So, and where does my interest in Sierra begin personally, Rodbot? My first Sierra game was Leisure Suit Larry 2, and I would have played that in 1989 on our shiny new 286. King's Quest I didn't actually get to tell much later. But this game was originally released in 1984 as a showpiece for the IBM PC Junior, which was it was IBM's home market competitor to like the Apple II series and the Commodore 64. So it was one of their first kind of like non-business targeted like home, personal computer systems. And they actually asked Sierra to make a game for it to show off its gaming capabilities. So this game, all of this came about as a result of IBM. And Sierra had, the video game crash in 1983 happened, and Sierra, I know they felt the pinch because they had to let people go. I know developers like Jeff Stephenson, who was one of the co-developers of the AGI utility, the whole AGI system. He left Sierra for a while, but then they made King's Quest, and it was really successful. And then they became a pretty big deal. So like I said, IBM wanted some shiny new games for their PC Junior, and the problem was that it was a huge commercial failure and a huge critical flop. At the time, journalists were comparing it to like New Coke and the Ford Edsel as just one of the most disastrous products ever launched. And that came about because IBM did not have a lot of experience with the home market. They made business machines, right? And the home market's a little bit different. And they could not convince customers why the roughly $1,300 price tag at the time for the PC Junior was an attractive alternative to like the Apple IIe or the C64. So they launched that system in March of 1984, and they discontinued it a year later. March 1985, it was done. And I think they stopped selling them after a couple of months. It was so bad that IBM actually did not produce another computer for the home market until the PS1 in 1990. So all of those at the time, if you remember the late 80s, all those like IBM clones, like Tandy 1000 and stuff like that, this is sort of part of what gave rise to that. And the Tandy 1000 was such a success that all the kind of specs and the things that the PC Junior rolled out are more commonly associated with Tandy. So a lot of software that you saw back then, you looked at like the system requirements on the box, and they would say Tandy compatible. So Tandy kind of beat this at its own game. And yeah, $1,300. It was like $1,285, or I forget what the number was. Roughly $1,300 at the time, which would have been a lot of money. So, but people, people were taken with like Commodore 64 and Apple IIe were big at the time. So this just bombed. And the original release, it was just called King's Quest with no subtitle. There was no Quest for the Crown. You see here on this title screen, it's not even called that in game. But Sierra released it subsequently on the Tandy 1000 and the Apple II, Atari ST, Amiga. Most relevant to our interests here, DOS. And there was even a Sega Master System port that Parker Brothers published in, I believe, 1989. Which I have never played. I should go. I'm kind of curious about that. And the 1987 re-release of this game on several of those platforms is where it got support for, these shiny EGA adapters and it got the Quest for the Crown subtitles, because at that point, by 1987, there were 2 sequels, right? And King's Quest IV was under development for release in 1988. So it's safe to say it was pretty successful. And this game does not support mice or sound cards, because those didn't exist yet. Those weren't things, really. So yeah, pretty much like this game. If you've ever heard of the IBM PC Junior, that's pretty much the legacy of that system is King's Quest, because IBM footed the whole bill, the development bill and all the advertising for this game. And that is pretty much the most notable thing that came from it. You really never hear anybody talk about, like, I've only ever heard anyone talk about the IBM PC Junior in the context of Sierra. That's the only reason I know anything about it. That's like how bad that system bombed. So now let's see. Let's just jump in now. That's enough history. Actually, hold on. I want to show you before I get into that. Whoops. Where's my thing here? I need to switch windows real quick. Here. Boom. So here's the manual for the original King's Quest for the IBM PC Junior. See, it requires, if you can see on this back cover, it requires a whopping 128K of memory. And these instructions, they're very odd because they include these goofy little illustrations. It's like, here's how to put a disk in your computer, which was a lot of the manuals and stuff at the time. But these silly illustrations of Sir Graham and King Edward, and talking about your quest. His name's spelled with an E at the end, Sir Graham. And so they had these, this cute little art for like, uh-oh, you better duck. You're going to be in danger because the ogre's going to come murder you. And this weird, like, little useless map of the game. It's teaching you how to make maps on graph paper. And it's like, here's all these seedy enemies, these seedy, like, generic fantasy enemies you're going to run across. So that's the original manual. It's changed quite a bit over the years, but that's how those weird illustrations are like a relic of this game's past that I don't see many people bring up. Okay, so here we go. And I should specify, this is not a dry run through the game. I kind of ran through it just to see how much time it would take. So and to refamiliarize myself with it a little bit. So, here we are. King Graham. Oh, Sir Graham, I'm sorry. Not to spoil King's Quest here. But we're going to, first of all, we're going to save the game, which is something that you're encouraged to do often in Sierra games because they're very cruel. There. All right. And let's see. Look at all these useful menu items. Oh, you can hit the equal key to swim. There we go. And we want him to move fast, but not quite that fast. Turn my PC cycles down a little bit. You can actually fall into that bridge in the moat and just die immediately and get eaten by crocodiles. So this game has a text parser. Just type in your commands. Hit enter. Hear those cool sound effects. The huge doors swing open slowly. We go out here. That's supposed to be like a chandelier or something up there, I guess. And... well... when you bow to King Edward, his pleased smile warms you. And... we talk to him. And he's... oops, I need to... this is one of the kind of smaller screens. I don't know why it does this in DOSBox, but... when you speak to King Edward, he sighs and says, Sir Graham, I am an old man. I fear my end is near. I have chosen you to prove yourself worthy of the throne. As you know, our kingdom is weak and poor. I have knowledge of the existence of 3 things that would make our kingdom wealthy and strong. Somewhere within our kingdom, there is a magic mirror that tells the future. There is a magic shield that will protect the bearer from mortal harm. Finally, there is a magic chest that is always filled with gold coins. Go, Sir Graham, go and bring me back these treasures. If you succeed, you will inherit the throne. So that is the entire plot of the game. That's all. That's all you get. What is this? A monologue for ants? Yeah, exactly. So this dude's sick, and he wants to send you to get an invincible shield, a mirror that tells you the future, and a chest that makes you infinitely rich. So I'm going to save my game again so I don't get eaten by the alligators. So let's see. So here, so you're sort of just sent to wander and find these things. You're left to your own devices at this point. And there's a lot of wandering. If you didn't have a hint book at the time, which you probably didn't, you'd made your own maps. I recall making plenty of maps on graph paper of... well, this game's not really that big or that complicated, but they did get a bit more confusing later on. So you're supposed to kind of just use the text parser to, you know, get a feel for what the heck, where you are, what's interesting, what you should be doing. And the limits of the text parser, you soon learn that they're limited to the designer's foresight. So we'll say, look, you need to be more specific. King's Quest, even compared to all of the later Sierra Adventure games, is a lot less lenient with things like this. You have to just really specify. You can't just look and get a description of, like, here's what's going on with this screen, right? So, and also, if you couldn't spell, I didn't have this problem, but if you couldn't spell, this thing was a pain to use. Look around, you see nothing special. Okay. So you would be like, oh, look, flowers. Okay, are those little dots down there flowers? I don't know. Look, bush. You see nothing special. Look, rock. Oh, you see a large gray rock. Okay. So then you have to figure out what to do with this rock. I don't know. But I do know. You push the rock. With a heave and a hoe, you manage to move the rock, revealing a dark hole underneath it. If I had been standing below that rock, it would roll... when I pushed it, it would roll over me and kill me. So, yeah. Are there slightly more modern King's Quest games like a spiritual predecessor to Dark Souls? Heroic Maple Leaf, no, the more modern King's Quest, like the 2015 games, like the episodic ones that the Odd Gentleman developed, are far more up to today's standards and reasonable as far as puzzles. They're really fun. You should play them if you have any interest in adventure games. So we see this hole. There's an intricately carved dagger in the hole. Take dagger. You reach into the hole and grasp the dagger, being careful not to cut yourself. Now we look at the dagger. Its handle is beautifully carved. The blade is bronze and very sharp. So you notice our score is improving. The score goes up as we do stuff. And so, you know, you want to get the perfect score. There's no real reason, you know, you don't get like an extra special ending in any of these games. You might get a message at the end that's like, wow, maximum points, go you. But it's just sort of like a useful, semi-useful tool for kind of gauging how far you are into the game. So, I'm going to go here, up here. So we look, tree. This is a very large oak tree with branches stretching to the sky. We climb the tree. Okay. Show us the boulder death. I'll show you some other deaths. So there's the tree. And let's see. Ooh. And so what you'd have to do, this is a perfect example of like the freaking Sierra tightrope screens, which I always hated more than anything in any of these games as a kid, were these tightrope puzzles where you just had to walk a few steps, save, walk a few steps, save. Because if you didn't... What the hell? I've never seen that. I can just walk. I can just go down. Okay. Okay, well, let's do that. Can I walk? Can I just... Is that part of the branch? Okay, well, that's not part of the branch. Jeez. Apparently, you lost your grip while climbing this tree, and you fall to the hard earth below. I'm not sure if this... Does this kill you? Ouch. No, apparently not. So... Okay, well, geez, this is actually... I didn't know that dark part of the branch was, walkable. Alright, well, anyway... Get egg. The golden egg is so heavy, you almost drop it. And it always pays to look at items in these games. The smooth golden egg shines brightly in the sunlight. Okay. Don't know why I'm saving this because... well, who cares? I fell, that's fine. I'm not dead. So. Alright, here we go. Go over here. Look, ground. This is a well-tended carrot patch. The carrots look tempting to a hungry traveler. So, we'll want to get a carrot. These games are largely about just picking up everything. Just taking everybody's stuff that's not nailed down. If you can carry it, it's yours. That's the rule here. Oh, Heroic Maple Leaf, King's Field. That's what, yep. That's the, From Software's games before Dark Souls. Or before Demon Souls, I should say. Oh no, I don't want the fairy godmother to bless me. I don't want that. Isn't there like a... Oh, it's up here. Oops. There's a fairy godmother that she'll bless you with this spell of protection that I don't want yet. Because I'm not afraid of anything that's going to kill me. There's a specific section of the game where it's, there's a stupid dwarf that steals your stuff. Can you get a perfect score? Probably, yeah. I mean, can I? Is it possible? Yes. Alright, the clover is soft, yet you sense a strange strength in it. So we have a 4-leaf clover, which means we can kill the leprechaun, just like the movie Leprechaun. Let's see. Go north. And this bridge, here, I'll show you the bridge. So, there's... As you start to cross the bridge, a wretched troll appears. And look at him. He's mean. The troll demands a treasure for passage across his bridge. Now, this is one of those stupid puzzles where... Oh, you see, the troll demands a treasure. Okay, I have to give him something. I have to pay him. And you can wind up giving him something that you then no longer have that you need to complete the game. And the game doesn't tell you this, but you're forever stuck. We call those dead man walking puzzles. Stupid troll. Let's see. Where am I going? Going this. You best be careful. You know, grant the mystic protective spell. Mine is weakened and departed. Oh no, she already gave me her spell. That's fine. Whatever. I don't need her stupid spell. Well, let's look. Look ground. There appears to be some sort of bowl in the ground. People just leave things laying everywhere. Take bowl. You pick up the ceramic bowl. Look bowl. You notice a word on the bottom of the bowl. Fill. That's a pretty good puzzle, isn't it? And now we want to go down here. Wandering on the banks of the lake, you see a cute little elf. We want to talk to him. The elf, impressed by your friendliness, gives you a magic ring. Kind person, know that only once, this ring will make you invisible, he says, and then disappears. That, actually, the fairy godmother spell is not, the ring is the thing I need to get past the annoying, stupid dwarf that steals all your things. Alright. And then we go this way. And it really pays to stay near the edge of the screen here, because, like, monsters will come and kill you randomly. It's one of those games. They'll just show up and catch you and you'll die. So maybe I'll show you if I find one. So let's see. Look ground. You see nothing special. Okay. Look beach. The river is dangerous and powerful. There is a delta of pebbles on its edge. So if I get pebble, it's like I don't understand pebble. Okay. Pebbles, you grab a handful of pebbles. So that's what I mean about being limited by the foresight of the designer. There are some really egregious examples of the text parser just not understanding things it should in this game. And that gets better as these games go on. But this is really something that's... They moved away from this because it's easy to screw up. And then, let's see, we'll go down here, save the game, and, look around. These are some of the finest walnuts you have ever seen. The finest walnuts. Pluck a nice walnut from the tree. And then we can crack the walnut. When you open the walnut, you discover the nut inside is pure gold. What are the odds? Why don't I... Can I take more walnuts? You already have one walnut. Let's not be greedy. I mean, this is a gold walnut tree. Why would I not take more walnuts? This is a poor kingdom, isn't it? This dude doesn't have a suit of armor. He doesn't have a sword. He doesn't have anything. He's like the best knight in the kingdom. And he has nothing. So... yeah, and there's just a walnut growing behind the castle, or this tree growing behind the castle that just spits out gold walnuts. Don't ask me how this works. All right, let's see. Now, I believe the witch shows up here. Yeah. Well, the sorcerer. Be careful. Nearby, the sorcerer. His mystical powers can leave you immobilized and helpless. So this is just one of the things where, yeah, look, randomly you die. The sorcerer casts a spell, freezing you to the spot. I hope no dangerous creatures drop by. So now you have to wait. And then the witch will come eat you. He shows up on screens where it's just like other things will show up to kill you. Yeah, buy your way onto the throne, yeah. That's right, turkey leg. Like, here's a gold walnut and a giant egg. Can I have your crown? The sorcerer's spell is expired. Now you can move again. Woo. All right. All right. Look. There. There's the sweetest little gingerbread house you ever saw. The walls are cake. The roof is frosting. The chimney looks delicious. And the candy path and cookie fence are unbearably tempting. Oh, boy. Candy lunch. So you're supposed to know that you walk up and go, eat house. Right? And then I'm going to save my game before I go in here. All right. I'll go in here. That is a note. Whoops. Ugh. Well, in any case, this is the witch's house. This is like the Hansel and Gretel witch, right? The witch mutters, I am going to get my oven ready to cook someone for dinner. Yum. Okay. Save my game. And then, like the murderous scoundrel that I am, I'm going to push the witch into the oven and murder her. Courageously, you manage to push the witch into the oven where she flashes and melts away into a harmless blob. Congratulations. All right. Future king and murderer. So, like, what's this? Look, shelf. You see nothing special. Okay, well, what if I just walk out of here not knowing... look, cupboard. The cabinet on the wall is rather plain and simple. Open cabinet. Okay. Look in cabinet. Sitting on the shelf is a delicious piece of Swiss cheese. Take cheese. You pluck the Swiss cheese from the shelf. Ah, whoops. Look, cheese. The Swiss cheese looks fresh and moist. What about the cage? It's made from rusty but strong iron bars. I ate her house, then broke in and entered, and then I killed her and stole her cheese. Yep, I sure did. In the oven, it's an old wood stove and very hot. This fire must have been burning for some time. I just saw her start it. Oh yeah, and then there's that note that I have. There's a message written on the note. Okay, read note. You'd think that it would just tell me when I'm like, look, note. You'd think. But no. The note reads, sometimes it is wise to think backwards. And this is the only hint you get about one of the worst puzzles ever designed for any adventure game. Right here, and one of the very first ones is one of the stupidest puzzles of all time. Right? You guys think, when you hear stupid adventure game puzzles, you think about that syrup cat hair mustache puzzle from Gabriel Knight 3. But oh no, that's much older than you think. So now we're gonna, save our game, because we're all good there. We're gonna go up here. Here we can fall in the water. Oh no! And we can swim. Alright, cool. And here we are. What's this? This house. It was made from rough, hand-hewn logs long ago. Lately the upkeep has faltered. There are even holes in the roof. Look, pump. It is an ancient rusty water pump. It probably doesn't even work. Use pump. The rusty pump doesn't work. Take axe. Cool. The old axe is tightly wedged into the tree stump. You cannot remove it no matter what you do. Alright. So this is what a typical player, I think, would do, you know, in a game like this. Just try everything. Yeah, overwriting your save game instead of saving a new one is making me nervous. Don't worry, Favlet. I know, I know where I'm going here. So, let's see. The cottage is run down and sparsely furnished. The only nice possession seems to be a fiddle in the corner. And I go, oh, gee, well, what do we got here? Oh, and then I die. These poor people can't even afford to repair the floor. Sorry about that. So then I die because apparently there's just, I don't know. Is there just a hole that goes down like 20 feet or something? Like, I think that's less of a floorboard issue than this house is built on the Hellmouth issue. So now we have to very carefully, let's see. Talk, man. Welcome to my humble abode. Talk, woman. She replies, I'd like to offer you something, but we do not even have food for ourselves. Help, family. I don't understand family. Help, woman. That would be very nice. How do you want to help them? Now, the clue here is that they don't even have enough to eat. So how do you How do you help them? Well, what's this fiddle? Maybe I just want to be a thieving jerk. This fiddle is a beautiful instrument made of polished wood. Take fiddle. You cannot take their last precious possession. All right. Maybe you sell your fiddle. I don't know. Yeah. So the solution. Puzzled, the couple wonders why you've given them a bowl. The solution is to put the bowl on the table and then use the word that's in the bowl, which is fill. And then the couple is amazed and delighted as the bowl miraculously fills with a bubbling stew. As a token of their gratitude, they offer their last earthly possession, the woodcutter's fiddle. Well, they just move into the witch's house now that she's dead. I don't think they know that yet. I don't think the witch's body's ever going to be discovered. The house is just going to rot away. There should be ants eating it. It's all sugar. The polished wood fiddle. The polished wood feels like satin. It seems to still vibrate from the last song it played. The fiddle is fashioned from polished cherry wood. Now, these kinds of puzzles in these games. Roberta Williams she had a great imagination, but she was really hit or miss when it came to the actual like nuts and bolts design and kind of game logic. I mean, it's a weird thing to say about one of the kind of founders of the genre, but a lot of her games don't hold up too well, like compared to other Sierra games. King's Quest of all the big series has aged arguably the most poorly. And these puzzles, like she was used to like get like Colossal Cave Adventure, where she had to sit and noodle over the most arcane puzzles for like weeks, right? So that's sort of what informed her design sensibilities. And it didn't always work out so great. You get less points if you give them a pre-filled bowl, do you? All right, so now we want to go out here. Still can't get that axe. And then let's go ahead and save the game. So let's see. Look ground. You see nothing special. Look tree. This is a very beautiful tree. Look log. It's only a rotted log. Look in log. It is only a rotted log. Okay. Look stump. From here you can see the stump is very old and nearly petrified. Look in. Like, you just have to keep going until you guess what the game wants from you. Inside the old rotted stump, you notice a small canvas pouch. All right. Whoops. Take pouch. Why feed a family once when you can feed them? Why feed a family forever when you can feed them once? Yeah. I guess they could just use that bowl and just keep eating, right? There's all these forever items in this game. It's like, oh, this shield will protect you from harm forever, and you can see the future with this mirror, and this chest gives you endless money, and this bowl gives you endless... How is that bowl not one of the treasures that he wants me to get? How am I not taking that back to the king? Open pouch. Oops. Cautiously, you open the pouch and see many sparkling and flashing diamonds. Quickly, you close it again, so as not to lose any. So I'm just collecting, like, random... People have just put gold and, like, diamonds and jewels just randomly in places. Like, what's this doing here? Was this part of a heist? Like, what is this? Did somebody knock over a jewelry store? So let's see. Here's the Goat Corral. Look, goat. There is no goat here. Thanks. Stupid goats. I think the goat can actually get out, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to save my game. The gate is rather heavy, but you managed to open it. Where'd a goat? Look, goat. The goat is wandering this way and that. What do you want to feed the old goat? Now, goats love carrots. The old goat quickly devours yours. So, that is a way right there, again, to just, like, be stuck forever. So you shouldn't feed your goat to the carrot. Which I think... Wait, hold on. Did that deduct points? No, now he's running away from me. Okay. So that deducted points, which you're supposed to notice. I lost 2 points for that. You're supposed to keep an eye on your points, and if something deducts score, you know that's not really what you should do, right? And I suppose I could probably just, like, go, oh, maybe I need another carrot, right? What you have to do is show the carrot to the goat. It's like carrot on a stick kind of thing, right? When you tempt the old goat with the carrot, he starts to follow you. Did I just say carrots love goats? Did I say that? Carrots do love goats. Okay. So now the goat is following me. And now I'll save the game again, because I did that right. I don't want to fall in the water. Come here, you stupid goat. Get over here. Come here. All right, cool. So, I don't know... I really don't know how you're supposed to know this. How you're supposed to figure this out. But, right here, here's these goats in my way. So, here's the bridge. This is one of the troll bridges. There are 3 of them surrounding the area that is beyond the troll bridge. So, you cannot get past where the troll is guarding. But he'll always show up at these bridges. So, you're supposed to know, as you approach the bridge, a mean, ugly troll appears and refuses to let you cross this bridge. You're supposed to know that the goat hates trolls and is going to get rid of the troll for you. I really don't know. Yeah, the original GoldenEye Protect mission. Yeah, this escort mission. I don't know how you were supposed to know this, though. It is a well-known fact that goats hate trolls intensely. You should move aside and let the goat take care of this nasty troll. Oh, hold on. The goat butts the troll right off the bridge, never to be seen in these parts again. Alright? And then that goat just runs off. Oh, is it from a fairy tale fable? See, I don't really know. Like, I don't know every fairy tale. Come on, what do you want from me? You see a crotchety old gnome pacing around his lean-to. Here we go. So, now, yes, Roberta Williams had a thing for fairy tales and mythology and all that. And we'll get to some truly weird puzzles that it inspired, especially in King's Quest II. But this is the gnome. And this is the stupidest puzzle in the entire game. So, talk gnome. The old gnome tells you he has something that may be very useful to you. Your task is to guess his name in 3 guesses, and his gift will be yours. Good luck. What is your first guess? Now, I want you to guess, Twitch viewers, what do you think, knowing the sort of fairy tale nature of this game, what do you think this gnome's name is? What would be your first reasonable guess? Because a normal person would say Rumpelstiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin. That is very close, but not quite right. Okay. Did they maybe spell it Rumpelstiltskin? Maybe like that? That is very close, but not quite right. Well, what the hell is his name then? I don't know. So you have to think, what's the deal with this gnome's name? I don't know. So you look in your inventory. It's one of those small screens again. And you're supposed to go, what could I use? What do I have something that helps me figure it out? Read note. Sometimes it is wise to think backwards. Aha! So, that's the clue. That's the gnome says, oh, it's close. I got it. I'm clever. I know how it goes. Let's see. M-U-R, Rumpelstiltskin. Backwards. I got this. No? Ugh. Well, God damn it. Okay, well, I'm going to redo this, but you didn't guess the gnome's name, but he left you a gold key anyway. Better luck next time. And this key does allow you to get through to the area that he kind of unlocks. It's just more of a pain, arguably, and gets you less points. Okay? So, oops. Did I already... Rumpelstiltskin. Oops. Rumpelstiltskin. Okay. Okay, again. Okay, this starts the name guessing. Okay, now watch. So, Rumpelstiltskin. Okay, we know that's not right. But again, I know I'm on the right track, so we're going to try backwards name, right? Like the note said. E-L-P-M, E-L-P-M, U-R. Okay, hold on. You have the right idea, but your thinking is just a little bit off, okay? That's the note for this. So, what could the solution possibly be? And you're supposed to, you get no further help on this, okay? There's only one correct answer. Now, what do you think it is? Because I'll tell you what it is. It turns out that you have to take the alphabet, literally flip it backwards, and then spell out Rumpelstiltskin using a backward alphabet. So like R equals I, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, because I is the 9th letter, and if you flipped it backwards, R would be the 9th letter, right? So it's this extra layer of stupidity. That's right. You've guessed it. Here are some magic beans for your outstanding accomplishment, right? So that's the puzzle. So he gives you these beans. And you were supposed to figure that out in 1984 without a hint book or hint line or anything like that. Right? And yeah, they gave you the key because they probably knew we shouldn't just stonewall people here, right? Now, to its credit, the remake accepts his name spelled backwards as the solution, as this should have. But yeah, that's the solution. And you know, Favla, you were supposed to buy a hint book. Yeah, Sierra famously, they were always accused of doing this because they wanted to sell hint books, right? So, and I don't know, like maybe that was true, but I don't know that there were hint books back during its original release, you know. So, but that's just the worst. Everybody remembers that stupid puzzle. Let's see. Now you're supposed to know. Is this where I plant the beans? Right. what a pretty bed of wildflowers, right? So you have the beans, and the beans are like Jack and the Beanstalk, right? So I'll save my game. Plant beans. The beans immediately sprout roots that reach deep into the fertile soil. Leaves unfold themselves to the warm, loving sun. A rumbling is felt, and a mighty beanstalk now stretches up into the sky. Thank you very much for the tip, 8-bit Oliver. Or for the bits, the cheer. Thank you. So, here is another tightrope area. And you most certainly can die on this. Now, what I'm going to have to do here is actually alter the speed of the game down. To normal. Oops. Yeah, normal. So, as with many of these puzzles, you just have to move a couple steps, save, move a couple more steps, save. Oh no! Oh, is this my stream? It says, oh darn, hold on. I need to update my, I didn't even, I forgot to update the stream name, I'm sorry. King's Quest. Actually, I'm just going to do retro. Because there's no box art associated with King's Quest. All right. Thank you for that. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that my stream title was was wrong. And I will be doing original Leisure Suit Larry. So the beanstalk right here. Let's see. Let's save this again. We're just gonna climb, and I'll just show you. If you do fall, right, with the wrong move, you fall dizzyingly to the ground, and then you die. And you're like this weird, flat, chalk outline man. Oh, I'll do the quiz at the beginning of Leisure Suit Larry. You got it. So then you restart your game. And then... And so... see, like, you never know where the pixel is where you're gonna fall, right? It doesn't make sense. It's all very trial and error. Do I keep climbing that way? Even though I'm climbing into the sky? Sure, why not? That makes sense. Hey. This is not RNG. No, it's just the if I had a resource viewer, I could show you like the quote unquote walkable path, but it just the sort of the walk area of the beanstalk does not line up with where you as a human would think, okay, that's a safe place to climb, right? It's not random. It's just not very well laid out. And yeah, this is a patronizing death message. Sierra games were full of these. They had some real fun with their death messages in later games especially. So, and there's like another screen of this, right? After this. So this looks like I could probably get the rest of the way, right? All right. All right, we're going to do this in one try. We got this. You have to be careful when you get so high on the foliage. And it makes you go through both screens. It's just ridiculous. Yet you can climb into space there where, like, you're hitting the sky, right? Yet it doesn't fall. It doesn't make you fall. You have to be careful when you get so high on the foliage. Was that a pot joke? Maybe. I don't know. Ken and Roberta Williams were, they were kind of hippies. They would have been the right age where they would have, like, grown up kind of in the 60s. So they could have been making pot jokes in this game. Ugh. There was no ESRB at the time. So, I mean, man, this isn't even the worst of this kind of puzzle. This arguably isn't the worst of this kind of puzzle in this game. There's still the stairway later. Oh my god. There's a stairway I have to go down later to get out of this area, actually. Oh. Oh my god, look at this. We're almost up. Is it just going to let us? Are we good? All right. Now we can change the speed back and save. Whew. Okay, and then here we are. And you can actually fall through the clouds if you know. You should know you can't walk on clouds. So. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So yeah, they always make fun of you when you die. Oh. Let's see. And you're supposed to, like... Oh, what's this? Is there something on the ground? You see nothing special. You know, so that little, like, red thing right there, like, who knows what's useful and what's not in these games. Let's see. But in here, these are some strange-looking trees. You're supposed to know that's a hole. You notice a sling in the hole of the tree. Take sling. You reach into the hole and pull out the leather sling. And the sling was made by a fine craftsman. Now, let's see. We want to go... believe this way. And... let's see. So, there's the giant there. And I don't really remember... like, you're supposed to hide. I don't remember where to hide, though. I'm totally hiding, right? Nope, be a little more careful next time. This giant is mean. He just throws me on the ground and kills me. Alright. So... yeah, I don't really know where to hide here. So there's a couple ways past him. Let's go over here. See if I can figure this out. Can I hide? Hide, I don't understand hide. So he just kills you, right? He just knows I'm there. Is this giant the equivalent of 4 kings in Dark Souls? So, I can be mean, which I will, and use the sling on him. You put the pebble in the sling, take careful aim, and luckily hit the giant in the forehead. He falls down dead. So, I've killed him. Look, giant. Giant lies dead on the ground, and there's a chest beside him. It's easy to take a magic chest from a dead giant. That's sort of like being the little, like, how dare you message. Right, but you're supposed to hide behind a tree until he falls asleep. But I don't remember. I don't remember which tree. Oop. Loot giant probably doesn't understand loot. Nope. Search giant. Nope. There's nothing on him. Yeah, I murdered a witch and the game wasn't too sore at me. Why would it finger rag me for killing a giant? You admire the workmanship of the beautiful chest. You are dazzled by the countless supply of gold coins spilling from the magic chest. You quickly close the chest. Why do I need to do anything else? I'm just going to move away now. It's fine. I don't need the rest of these treasures. So, now we, let's see. Let's see if the dwarf shows up. So here are the stairs, right? And we can just go down the stairs. Oh, cool. Let's start a second save file. Because this is the point where I can actually screw myself over. Whoops. And this is the area where there'll be a dwarf who comes in who will randomly steal things from you. Let's see if I can get him to appear. And you can use the one ring, yes, to get by him. He won't, yeah, the magic ring turns you invisible, right? You slip the beautiful ring onto one of your fingers, rub ring, and when you rub the magic ring, you mysteriously disappear except for your footprints. But, yeah, and then it's like that, and it's really annoying. I wish I could get him to appear. Because what he'll do, he'll run up and steal random inventory items and leave. And if he steals something that you need, like one of the 3 treasures, you just can't finish the game. But the game never tells you that. It just happily lets you keep playing. So. Oh. And yeah, you know, you wonder where they got that idea from. Yeah, a lot of this stuff, obviously, that's a nod to Lord of the Rings. There's all kinds of fairy tale nods in this game. It's sort of like a fairy tale, Lord of the Rings. What happens when you reach score 158? Nothing. It's nothing special. It's just kind of a useful measure to understand how far into the game that you are. Oh, the giant. Oh, use the ring to get past the giant? I don't know. Maybe you can. He's dead, though, so it don't matter. Let's see. We will just swim here. And then go over here. Go down here. And there's a well. Alright. The well is deep and dark, but you can see the sky's reflection on the water. Take bucket. No, the old bucket is securely fastened by a strong rope. Cut rope. With the rope cut, you are able to take the bucket. And then use crank. I don't understand crank. Lower rope. You are not close enough to do that. It's kind of hard to see, but the crank is over here. The rope descends into the darkness. So now... Okay. Now we climb rope. Is this one of those games that advertise graphics as a selling point? It kind of, yeah, it is. Sort of. This was meant to show off the shiny new EGA tech. And we swim. With difficulty, you fill the bucket while swimming. And then we dive. If you don't do that in enough time, you die. And now there's a cool dragon. This ferocious fire-breathing dragon with sharp green scales and a long tail is protecting the magic mirror. Watch out for the flames. The dragon does not respond to reason. So, here. Kill dragon. You can't do that from here. Okay, let's try to kill the dragon. How do you wish to accomplish that? Oh, no. With dagger. No, you can't do that, at least not now. Use dagger on dragon? Okay. Well, you're supposed to know. First of all, you're supposed to know that you fill the water bucket in the well. And then you're supposed to know that you throw the water at the dragon. Okay. Kiss dragon. The water hits the dragon squarely in the mouth, extinguishing its roaring flames. No fire! How mortified and embarrassed the dragon is. Moving a huge boulder in leaving, the dragon creeps off to sulk. I think that if I were a dragon and somebody did that to me, I would probably just eat them. So there's the mirror. Carefully you pick up the magic mirror. Look, mirror. As you are holding the magic mirror, you look into it and see a vision of yourself with a crown on your head. Well, well. Break mirror. You can't do that. Oh, darn. And well, you can follow the dragon, right? And you come out, what? High up in the sky, you see a very large, friendly bird. All right. Now, what you're supposed to do, which is the key to jump? Jump, 0. Okay. You're supposed to, like, get caught by the bird. Like, it randomly... It will randomly, like, dive and try to... Look, bird, this is a big condor. Its graceful flight appears effortless. Okay? So you're supposed to, like... There's no reason to do that now. I hate you, game. You know, it... Wouldn't it be great if it was just like the bird? It seems like the bird is trying to get your attention. I don't know. Has the bird left? Is he gone now? Is the game unwinnable forever now? Where's the bird? Where are you, bird? Who knows? Oh, there he is. Oh, there we go. Okay, you got me. See, it's just like this pixel hunt to figure out, like, where's the bird going to catch you, right? So, where could this giant bird be taking you? Whoops. So the bird drops you here. Ouch. Alright. Here we are in this place. Alright. And you're supposed to know that, that you go up here. And then, like... There's a large mushroom growing in the ground close by. Take mushroom. Right? I believe if you try to go in the river, like, it kills you. Because the whole thing is sort of like, well, how do I get over here? From earlier in the game, right? So you have to figure out, like, oh, how do I get across this river and whatnot? So, what you want to do, look hole. In the depths of the large hole, you seem to sense a faint green glow. Look in hole. Okay. You're supposed to just walk on in, right? Seems counterintuitive when most times falling kills you, right? Alright. So. Now. Whoops. Ugh. You don't understand wall. You see nothing special. Look, cave. The further you get from the light, the darker and mustier it becomes. And there's a rat. It is a big rat with dripping teeth and small, greedy eyes. The rat rasps, treasure, treasure, give treasure, or no-go door, give treasure now. Okay, so I'm sure this is a friendly rat, right? Be careful around this rat next time. He's dangerous. Oh, he just mauled me. Look at that. So, whoops. What do I have? I have a gold walnut. Give walnut to rat. Okay. The huge rat takes the treasure you have offered and scuttles away. But the rat scrambles the wall and seems to magically merge with it. AKA, we didn't want to animate anything else. But you see that reduced score. So you get all these treasures, right? I have a gold nugget, or a gold walnut. I have a pouch of diamonds. I have that giant gold egg, right? But you're not supposed to... You're supposed to hoard the treasure like Scrooge McDuck. You're not supposed to give the rat or anything else any of your treasure. You're supposed to give him the cheese, right? Because he's a rat. And that works. Alright, the rat drools at the sight of the cheese and snatches it from your hand. You might want to count your fingers. The rat scrambles to the wall and seems to magically merge with it. AKA, we didn't want to animate further. Okay. Now, open the door. The leprechauns revere the power of the four-leaf clover. With it in your possession, they will leave you absolutely alone. All right. Now, I think if we go down here, and we haven't done anything else... Oh, that's annoying. The king's magic prevents you from getting close enough to harm him. So, the Leprechaun King ignores your words. So you're supposed to know, and we're going to go back up here so that this annoying screeching stops. So, this four-leaf clover gets you past them so they don't just kill you. But you're supposed to know, and maybe this is from a fairy tale, it has to be, that you're supposed to play the fiddle. The leprechauns love fiddle music. Have you ever seen such frenzied dancing? Totally involved in the music, they dance right out of the room. Okay. After his followers have danced away, the king of the leprechauns realizes he can lead best by following and leaves, forgetting his beautiful scepter. Cool. Take scepter. I don't understand scepter. We have to spell it right. Eagerly, you pick up the scepter. Is this 300 push you've been doing your first foray into streaming? I've been a Twitter follower for a while. Jumped in when I saw you were doing it. This is premium content. Yeah, I'm trying. I just want to see where it goes. And then we take the shield. You carefully take the magic shield and carefully put it... Or you take the magic shield and carefully put it in your pocket. You put it in your pocket? You put the magic shield in your pocket. All right. Great. Those are some big pockets. It is made from titanium and edged with emeralds. All right. So. Now. Oh, can I fall and die? No? Okay, cool. Now we're faced with a dilemma here. Look door. There's no door here. Look. Hole. The small hole leads to the outside world. And of course, you are supposed to connect the mushroom with Alice in Wonderland. Right? So you eat the mushroom. As soon as you swallow the first bite, you have this strange shrinking feeling. It's true. You are now no bigger than a mouse. And then you walk out, and you are... you feel a stretching sensation. Oh, you're back to your original size. And now I am big again. And now... yeah, it's this is EGA. This is an EGA 16-color game. Boy, Darfox, you haven't seen anything yet. They get into some real fairy tale hodgepodges with some of these games. King's Quest 2 is insane, just how little sense everything makes together. So now we have the magic chest, the magic shield, and the magic mirror. And now we can go in the castle. First, to get eaten by alligators. Misfortune strikes and you have fallen into the moat. Your struggles and cries have attracted hungry alligators. They do not want to let you go. So then they murder me. Right, okay. Okay. And now I can go into the castle for real. The huge doors swing open slowly. Do you remember buying King's Quest V at Egghead Software back in the day? Me and you both. Oh boy. King's Quest V, what a train wreck. So now we go and we bow. When you bow to King Edward, his pleased smile warms you. You move aside as the king steps from his throne. As you approach the throne, the king himself rises to commend you for a job well done. Oh, oh, the king proclaims in plain. From the seemingly lifeless king, you hear these words. Well done, Sir Graham. You have been a good and faithful servant. Your reward is well deserved. My kingdom is now yours. With those words, King Edward the Benevolent dies. The experiences of your quest will be invaluable to you as you begin your reign as King of Daventry. So you just go and sit right down on the throne with the dead king just sitting there, just being like, get him out of here. I don't even care. Just go away. And now he's gone. Oh. So, yeah, that's the original King's Quest. Now, here, let me mute that real quick. No, these games are not about usurping. He sent you on this quest. King Edward wanted you to go find those 3 treasures, but he coincidentally died right at the end, so you could be appointed king. Now, that's King's Quest 1, original AGI version. And now, we have some time. This is fine. Thank you for the cheer, 8-bit Oliver. And thank you for the follows, anybody who followed me or subscribed while I was talking. I appreciate it. So let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, let's turn this off. And now, we will go with King's Quest 1 Quest for the Crown SCI version. Now, no, we're doing King's Quest today. I'm doing this chronologically, but we'll get to Leader Suit Larry. He's not far off. Okay. Now, the SCI version. Whoops, where am I going? Back here. And once again, we have my startup script that I wrote. Oh, hey. I need to change the box art. I need to change it to that one. All right. Here is my startup script for this. I've actually got some Roland MT32 emulation going on, which, if you know Roland MT32, it was actually a pretty advanced sound device at the time. And I have all of these games configured, all the ones that support it, with scripts that can use some nice Roland MT32 sound. Now, this, like I said, King's Quest 1 came out in 1984. This updated SCI version, which stands for Sierra Creative Interpreter, that was their newer text parser engine that debuted in 1988. This is the remake. This was released in 1990, and it was actually one of their final SCI, or as it's now known, SCI 0 games. This along with Quest for Glory 2, before they debuted their new SCI 1 engine with 256 color VGA graphics and the icon point and click interface. Okay. So let's see. Whoops. So we're going to do this as well. So immediately, there's like far better music, right? There's an actual introduction in this game, which we'll watch. And this is, despite sort of the simplicity of this game, like this version is one of the most beautiful SCI 0 games. You are Sir Graham, the bravest and most honorable knight in the troubled realm of Daventry. King Edward, the benevolent aged ruler of Daventry, has summoned you to the castle for reasons unknown. Castle guard says, "Greetings, Sir Graham. The king is expecting you. Allow me to escort you to His Majesty's throne room." Thank you, Sir Knight. Castle guard says, "Raise the portcullis." So already this world looks far more vibrant and animated and alive. And, well, I'll get into this after the intro. Sir Graham, I am at your service, my king. I am an old man, Sir Graham, perhaps too old to carry the weight of this crown. My bones ache, my hands tremble. I'm afraid my time on Earth grows short. Earth takes place here. But enough about me. Great misfortunes have befallen Daventry since the loss years ago of 3 magical treasures. I have chosen you, the finest knight in all of Daventry, to search for these lost treasures. Only then can this kingdom be restored to its former glory. And only then may I rest with the knowledge that my people are safe. The first treasure is a magic mirror that foretells the future. The second is a magical shield that protects the bearer from all mortal harm. The third and last is an enchanted chest that is forever filled with gold. I know that what I ask is difficult, nay, perhaps impossible. The dangers are many. But you are brave and pure of heart. That is why I chose you to volunteer. If you succeed, you will inherit my crown and will rule the realm of Daventry as her rightful king. Go, Sir Graham, and know that the fate of Daventry lies in your hands. No pressure. Take heart, my king. I shall not fail you. So that is the introduction, right? And already, immediately, like, the story is better, like, you're a little bit more invested in it, as it were. The game is a bit simple, but they really went to great pains to make this as sort of engaging as they could, right? While still keeping the soul of what this game was. And it looks beautiful, I think. Like, you gotta really think, like, this is a game that came out in 1990. It is a 16-color game, right? And, you know, you look at it today and you're like, it's whatever, this is old art. But they did a lot with these 16 colors, just in terms of kind of how they sort of create the effect of shadows and how they sort of blend the colors. It looks like it's more than just 16 colors, right? So they had some really good artists working on these games, especially at this point when the SCI games had really hit their stride. You know, this is better than kind of this game deserves, it being so simple. But yeah, just try to remember where it came from. We change our speed, change it to 1. Change it, oh, I bump my cycles up a little bit. Ah, that's better. Okay, so here we go. And you know, this game, this was considered a failure, a critical and commercial failure, again, when it came out. Critics were savage to this remake. They were like, you're destroying a classic. You're like, this is like colorizing movies, right? It's how could you do this? And, which is a bit laughable, right? Since everything gets remade now. And they were actually going to remake other King's Quest games, and the critical reaction to this made them reconsider, and they never did it, right? But people were like, this is garbage, right? So now already here, ooh, bump my cycles down. That's good. Okay, so already now we have a parser that we can move the cursor around. It pauses while we type, which is, you know, those are just things that SCI did that was a vast improvement over AGI, right? And so, you know, you can just look now. You're in a shady forest clearing. A large rock rests in the middle of the clearing. So immediately, oh, look, yet look rock is like you see nothing special, Sir Graham. Okay, well, we're going to save our game. And now I will show you that rock death. If you push the rock from the bottom, somehow he manages to push it onto himself. The moving rock rolls downhill and right into you, a crushing defeat. Somehow, the best knight in the entire kingdom is this stupid. So, yeah. So, we want to go, whoops, here. And now push rock. With a small shrub, you manage to push the rock a few feet, revealing a shallow hole underneath. In the hole, there's an intricately carved dagger in the hole. Take dagger, you reach into the hole and grasp the dagger, being careful not to cut yourself. And then you can also hit the tab button and just look at items this way. We have some nice art here, you know, little item art. Then we go up here. Climb tree. Finding plenty of footholds in the coarse bark of the tree, you easily clamber up the trunk to the branches above. Save again. Whoop, boom, fall. All right, let's see. Probably need to change my speed a little bit. Okay. This tree, a little trickier than the other one, since there was more walking room on the other one than I remember there being. Let's see, get egg. You carefully lift the golden egg out of the nest, and then, you know, we'll just fall. That's fine. Boom. Okay. Now I can change my speed back. We got the golden egg. You're holding a lovely golden egg. Not nearly as giant as it was in the original version. And then up. See brick borders surrounding a well-kept garden. We want to get a carrot for the goats. You pluck a plump orange carrot from the ground. It looks like an ordinary carrot. All right, great. So, we want to go over here. I think another screen east, right? No? Oh, General Sir Graham, I'm your fairy godmother. Your quest is indeed noble. What little aid I can offer you is this protective magic spell effective but a little while. So she gives me her protective spell. I shall be watching over you, Sir Graham. So this protects me from annoyances. Not really that necessary. You see a fragrant patch of clover growing in this lush meadow. We get the clover. And now we go and get that bowl. Right, there's the troll bridge. Look, there's a charming little wooded area of the forest. Pine trees and rich, lush grass grow in the especially rich soil here. That you're kind of bearing the lead. From what you can see of it, it looks like a colorful bowl of some sort. Take bowl. And then we can look at some of these. The clover. 4-leaf clover. Ceramic bowl. Inscribed on the inside of this empty ceramic bowl is the word fill. Of course. And now down here, I believe is where we meet the elf. Wandering along the banks of a beautiful lake, you see a cute little elf. Not close enough. The elf is impressed by your friendliness and responds by handing you an elegant little ring. And yes, I did look at the 4-leaf clover. I've had my eye on you, Sir Graham. I've had my eye on ye, Sir Graham. Methinks you might enjoy this little trinket. For just a wee bit of time, it has the power to make ye invisible. May it give ye as much entertainment as ye has given me this day. Ye. With that, the elf vanishes. We go back here. And here is the walnut tree. There's a large walnut tree surrounded by several pine trees. Oh, wait, where's the squirrel? Can I look at him? There's no squirrel here at the moment. Oh, now there is. The squirrel seems hesitant about climbing his favorite walnut tree with you standing around. Can I kill the squirrel? It would be cowardly to kill the squirrel, and it would serve no purpose. Act like a knight. Wow. Alright, we'll get a walnut. You choose a big, meaty-looking walnut from the bunch scattered around. Crack the walnut. Please try something else, Sir Graham. Okay, we don't know how to crack a walnut, but we do know how to open a walnut. When you open the walnut, you discover the nut inside is pure gold. Sweet. We got a pure gold walnut again. Save the game. Go into the dangerous forest here. All right, and here's the house. You're in or near a little gingerbread house in a forest clearing. Those little gingerbread kids make this look a bit more threatening. The whole house is made of gingerbread. The path to the front door is lined with little gingerbread boys and girls. You don't know how long they've been standing there. Eating them probably wouldn't be a wise thing to do. Cannibalism, frowned upon. So now we eat the house. Oops. Wait, no. Eat. Eat the house. Yum, the house tastes even better than it looks. Okay. So now we open the door. Take the note. Oops. Look at the note. There's a message written on the note. Sometimes it is wise to think backwards. Off in the distance, you hear a high, squeaky voice say, "I can smell someone tasty in my house." And we're just gonna save a new game here. The Witch mutters, I am going to get my cauldron ready to cook someone for dinner. Yum. Now, this part is way more annoying in this version of the game. The Witch mumbles, after I get the cauldron nice and hot, I will be ready to have someone for dinner. Giggle. So. Okay. The witch measures the cauldron is seeing him nicely. I wonder who will be my dinner guest. Oh, that's much more graphic. With a mighty shove, you courageously push the wicked witch into the pot, you murderer. Her wild screams are suddenly cut off as she melts away into the oily green slime in the pot. Congratulations. And you know, like, again, yeah, I did break into her house and steal all her stuff and then murder her. She is probably, like, within her right to eat me here. You know? Open the cupboard. Take the cheese. Take the cheese from the cabinet. Can I eat some soup? You don't have anything that fits that description in your inventory. Can I scoop some? You cannot do that, Sir Graham. No, I can't eat any of the child stew in the soup. This is Joshua. Yes, this is the 1990 re-release, the SCI version of King's Quest 1. I finished the original, and now I'm doing the remake. So, all right. So now, go up here. Oh, look at that, a poisonous snake. And here is, ooh, get that out of the way. See a cottage in the shambles. It has had to think that somebody might still live here. So, here's the poor people in the cottage. The woodcutter speaks to you, his voice broken with sorrow. We would welcome you to our home, Sir Knight, but we have had no food for so long. My beautiful wife cannot even rise from her bed. I fear she may die soon. You should not steal from these poor people. Well, I steal from everybody else. Help, woman. That would be a very nice gesture, but how do you intend to do that? And yeah, this is more. This is a lot. They sort of give you a bit more information on like what you need to kind of do. Like clearly, you need to help this woman. Sir Knight, an empty bowl will not help us now. Oh, boom. To your astonishment, something begins to bubble up from the bottom of the bowl. Within moments, the bowl is filled with a hot, savory stew. Oh, do I give the bowl back? Oh, now I give him the bowl. Okay, the woodcutter is overwhelmed with joy. Thank you, Sir Knight. We shall never forget your kindness and generosity. Please take my fiddle as a small token of our thanks. All right, so now we got that. And now I want to go here. And, oh, there's like a... That's where I get the diamonds, right? Alright, we open the pouch. Cautiously, you open the pouch and see many sparkling and flashing diamonds. Quickly, you close it again, so as not to lose any. And then we go up here. You know what, Gamer Tora, the King's Quest 1 remake, a lot of places probably didn't review it at the time. Just because they probably figured, oh, it's just a remake. Why do we need to review this? We already reviewed this game when it came out the first time. Why would they remake it? Show carrot to goats. When you tempt the old goat with the carrot, he starts to follow you. Alright, and now we want... You better wait for the goat. Oh, you better wait for the goat or you might lose him. Okay. And then we want to take the goat. Because I think the goat can, like, get away from you. If you aren't careful. Like, you can lose him forever. Maybe he goes back to the corral. I don't know. So now here's the troll bridge again. Ugh. This goat's in my way, though. Okay, cool. Here we go. Now the troll looking much more intimidating. As you start to cross the bridge, a huge hulking troll stomps into view and blocks your way. It's a well-known fact the goats hate trolls intensely. You move aside and let the goat take care of this wretched, nasty troll. The goat lowers his head and runs straight for the troll, butting him right off the bridge and into the river below. That's the last you'll see of that troll. And now that, yeah, that goat doesn't care at all. He's like, I'm done. Now here we are with the stupid gnome. Welcome, Sir Graham. I've been expecting you. I have something that will be of great use to you. But first, Sir Graham, you must answer this riddle. I'll give you 3 guesses. What is my name? So, and you know, you've got the spinning wheel there now, and that's supposed to be more of a clue. So, oh, very close, but not quite right. Now, hang on. Let me see. Does it even accept... I don't know that this even accepts the old name. You saw 2 guesses. R-O-G-H-P-R-M. So this game does not even accept that old idiotic version of it, right? So, whoops. Sorry. R-U-M-P-L-E. Whoops. E. This is much easier to do. And that's right, outstanding. Now it actually accepts the name that a clever person who thinks about their inventory items and is trying to guess this, what they would come up with. As a reward for your sharp intellect, here are some beans. They're no ordinary beans, but it's up to you to find out why. Somebody as smart as yourself should have no problem at all. Giggle. We'll step over here so I can give them to you. Here you are. Good luck on your quest. So now I have my magic beans. Whoops. You're holding a handful of small beans. So he also now gives you the clue, like, these beans, they do something special, right? So now I can get across this other troll bridge. See a fragrant patch of clover growing in this lush meadow. That is probably your hint that this is where you should this is where you should plant them. So now we get to see the tightrope puzzle again. You plant the magical beans in the fertile soil. Suddenly, something incredible begins to happen. You know what, Joshua? I'm not sure if there's another place you can plant the beans, but it's just you have to search for the place where you can, and this gives you it helps you figure out, like, oh, this would make sense for a place to plant the beans. It's fertile, right? So, oh, if you get the name quiz. No, if you get it wrong 3 times, he gives you a key, and you can use it to unlock the door to take the stairs up to the land of the giants, and instead of using the beanstalk, but it's less points, and the stairs are a lot more annoying. You'll see, the stairs are a lot more annoying, especially in this version. Actually, hold on. That's number 1. That's guaranteed safety right there. That's number 2. That's what we're going to use. Oh, is it? Can we just say climb tree? Whoops. Okay. Climb beanstalk. Okay. And now... this is every bit as stupid as... well, it's maybe a little easier. Oh. Maybe I spoke too soon. Looks like you had a bad fall this spring. Haha. Good one, Sierra. Thank you for the follow, Booze, and the subscription. Hi-Fi John. I unfortunately can't restore in the middle of my fall in this version. And yeah, pathing on the stalk, it's better here. It's better in this version. But yeah, it's still pretty bad. The steps in King's Quest II, I recall them not being the problem that some of the stuff here is. Boy, the pathing in King's Quest III, that one's crazy. Where you have to go up and down the mountain, and you have to do that many times throughout the game too. I probably just need to lower my speed here. I'm trying to like... trying to just do it without having to lower the speed. Oh look, is that my getting up there? Yeah, look at that. Boom. Done. Yeah, King's Quest 2 has a spiral staircase for sure. Then we go down here. We, look around. You're in the land of the clouds. Remember the giant lives up here. Look, tree. There's a hole at the bottom of one of the trees. Look, hole. You see a slingshot in the hole. Take slingshot. You reach into the hole and pull out the leather slingshot. Now it's no longer a sling. It's a slingshot. So you sort of lose the straight-up David and Goliath reference at this point. So now, what am I doing? Oh, I'm dying. Next time, keep your feet on the ground and your head out of the clouds. Ho-ho. That's a good one. Did I get... okay, yeah. Got the slingshot. Let's see, and I want to... oh, nope. That guy don't like me. The giant did a smashing job of defeating you. Ha ha. Thanks for the sub, Unchewable. See, I don't remember how you, because he just notices you immediately, right? Well, I have an easy solution. Yeah, he totally E-Hondas you. Uh-oh. 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 I forgot the rocks. I forgot the pebbles, guys. Okay, let me see. I'm supposed to stand behind the lower right tree. Okay. Oh. There we go. I did it. He can't reach me, guys. The giant is getting tired of looking for you. Seems like he may be getting ready to take a nap. Cool. Good job. The huge giant tuckered out from stomping around has fallen fast asleep. Alright. We did it. Slowly, carefully, you take the chest without waking the giant. Alright. Well. Glad I got that sorted out. Okay. Now, this stairway, I'm definitely going to have to change my speed here. This pathway is significantly more treacherous than the stairway leading down in the original. They actually managed to make this a lot worse. In terms of, like, I mean, you could just diagonally go down most of the stairs in the original, and here you have to really carefully, gingerly make your way through them, right? I wonder if the dwarf will come and steal my stuff. Yeah, the moat, NYC Badger, the moat is much easier to navigate in this this version because it's there's actual guardrails on the bridges, so it's harder to fall in. A true 3D environment. Yeah, I mean, like, these, they do, like I said, like, you look at this screen, they do a good job of really, like, stretching that 16 color art style to sort of as far as they can get it. Am I gonna die? Is this their way to go? Thanks for the follow, M. Takeshi. Here we go. There's that. And now I want to say this is like the last screen of it. But yeah, Sierra was really fond of these tightrope puzzles. Or tightrope area. These aren't puzzles. It's just like walk very carefully and save a lot because you can die really easily. They had them in which games? Which games didn't have them? They had them in pretty much all the King's Quest games up through 4. They had them in. Oh geez. Oh geez. What am I doing? I'm gonna die. They had him in Space Quest. There was a really bad one in Space Quest 2. All right. Oh, I can show the death here. Let's do this. Do. Whoa. Whoops. Whoops. Simple but effective. Oh my god, there's more. So we can run across this. This is just dumb. And I don't know why they felt the need to do this. Like I said, this is 1990, and this was pretty much like the twilight of their parser-based EGA games before they moved to the VGA, 256 color icon-based interface. And even this late into it, they felt the need to include these kinds of areas. Where it's like this isn't hard. It's just annoying. Right? Like, it just wastes your time. Like, okay, you wasted 5 minutes of their time instead of, like, 10 seconds. Like, is that really going to keep somebody playing your game longer? Was that valuable to do? Even at the time, I would have questioned that. It's silly. This could have been a section where you had to, like, answer some riddles to get down or something. Do something that wasn't just like this sort of mindless pixel hunt. There could have been an opportunity for a puzzle here, but they didn't do it. And that maybe would have been a cool thing to see in a remake, Alright. The AGD Interactive, which they're these fan developers who have remade a lot of the old Sierra games and with sort of classic-looking VGA art style. They've remade a bunch of games, including King's Quest 1. And when they did their King's Quest 2 remake, they actually like significantly expanded it and changed a bunch of stuff to make it less bad. So, that would have been cool if they had done something like that here. Now I believe I wanna. So if you get the key right from the gnome, but forgetting his name wrong, you unlock that door with it, and you have to go up that way, which, as you can see, sucks. Not fun. So here's the well. This well looks like it's been here a long time. You cut the rope. Cut the bucket off of the rope. Now let's see if use crank works in this version. You cannot do that, Sir Graham. Okay. Oops. Lower rope. Oh my god. Sarian.net, NYC Badger, is that like the Sarian emulator, or is that like a Space Quest fan site? Or is that like one of the fan-made like freeware adventure game engines? One of those things. All right. So we drop. Okay. Fill the bucket. With difficulty, fill the bucket while swimming. Okay. And then we dive. Oh, I have seen that then. Okay, if or at least I've seen things like that where they have all the Sierra games available to play. And I should note, if you're fans of these kinds of games or just really curious, a lot of old Sierra games are available on GOG, on GOG.com, GOG.com. They work really well, And look at this. This dragon is just way more intimidating. The ferocious, fire-breathing dragon is protecting the magic mirror. What if I try to talk to the dragon? Think again. When this dragon talks, things have a tendency to catch on fire. So, immediately it's, you see they did a lot. They were a lot more, I don't know, just a lot more creative, and they could get away with way cooler looking things with this art style. I didn't even look, even today, like, that looks really good. That is pretty good looking. Throw water at dragon. Good shot. The water hits the dragon square in the face, dousing the dragon's fire. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I want to go get killed by the dragon and see the death scene. Hold on, hold on. Let's go let the dragon kill us and see. Oh, okay. Oh, you can see Graham's eyes there on the ash. By venturing too close to the dragon's flame, you made an ash out of yourself. Ha ha ha. Alright. Alright. Unable to defend itself with anything more than harmless clouds of steam, the dragon rolls aside the granite boulder and slinks off in shame, leaving the mirror behind. Mirror? Now we have the magic mirror, and it always plays this nice little sound to indicate, hey, you're making progress on your quest. Right? Wait till we just go. I don't know why this is more complicated than it needs to be. This is actually kind of difficult to tell where you can walk. Okay, so we've got the, the magic mirror. So now we go west, west, here, and, is that down? Where do we go? Or is this? Oh, this, okay, this is the screen. Okay. Does your PC make the magic mirror song at startup? No, it doesn't. Ah, see, even easier to get grabbed by the condor, too. And you know, you have to think, all these characters, all of Graham's, like his walk cycle, all that little grab animation when he throws the bucket of water, all that stuff, this is all pixel art. Every one of those frames had to be, you know, handmade. So this is, for its time, this was pretty impressive. There's a large mushroom in the meadow next to the river. We take the mushroom. Oh, can we look at the bird? Look at the bird. The birds of Daventry are beautiful, are they not? Hole. Don't be afraid. Get closer. Wow. All right, and here. The farther you get from the light, the mustier it becomes. This is actually a much better representation of that description than the original game was. And here's the giant rat, again, a lot scarier looking. The giant mouse is standing in front of the door. Oh, he's a mouse now. Or is he a rat? Oh, hey, I ain't no mouse, capiche? Okay. Alright, haha, funny little mobster joke there. Talk to the rat. Hello there, my friend. You looking for anything in particular? You want to pass through my little door here, right? Well, maybe we can work something out. What's it worth to you? I'm sure that I can just, you know, he'll let me through. The rat grins crookedly, his long pointed fangs glistening in the torchlight. That's right, mister. Just walk a little closer. Oh, it's like my dog's fighting. And he just messed me up. Rats, that was one shady character you shouldn't have tangled with. What happened? Will he take the oops? Give eggs to rats. Come a little closer. Some sort of treasure? Now you're talking, mister. Let me see some of that treasure. The rat takes the treasure from your hand. But we know that's not what we're supposed to do. Right? Give cheese to rat. Cheese? Well, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess I'm kind of hungry. The rat drooled to the side of the cheese and snatched it from your hand. You may want to count your fingers. And then there's an actual animation of him disappearing, which, you know, that's more than the original game could muster. Oh no, now what are you gonna do? I'm gonna play the fiddle, of course, obviously. I love his fiddle playing animation. It's so ridiculous. Wonderful job, leprechauns and fiddle music. Find fiddle music irresistible. The moment they hear the music, they begin dancing a frenzied jig. Finally swept away by the snappy music, the leprechaun guards poof right out of the room. But that doesn't stop Graham from getting his 10,000 hours in. Alright. Alright, well. That was an abrupt ending. Overhearing the fiddle music you played in the hallway, the leprechauns have begun to dance. As they do, they pop away in a fit of merrymaking. So all of this is a lot more detailed than, you know, the original game. Watch, it gets faster as they disappear, just because the sprite limit, you know, the fewer sprites on the screen, it makes everything go faster. Watch that king pound that scepter. Boom. Done. Whoop. And look, it accepts that spelling now. You take the Leprechaun King's jeweled scepter. Take the shield. All right. We go over here. Pound that scepter. Eat the mushroom. And now, congratulations, you have all three of Daventry's lost treasures. Now, don't waste any time bringing the treasures straight back to King Edward before it is too late. Let's see. Is it up here? No. Where is it? Hold on, let me check. Oh, hey! Oh, it's this way, and I believe, yeah. Let's take those pebbles that we didn't use on the giant, just because it gives me a point. Maybe this will be, whoops. Maybe this will be a perfect score. Listen to that victory music. Oh. Why is, there we go. That's odd. Why aren't the guards at their posts? More curious still, the courtyard is deserted. This is highly unusual. You begin to feel deeply disturbed as if it all is not right within the castle. Did I not get it? You can faintly hear a commotion in the king's chamber to the west. There's nothing to be done. Our king's melancholy is too much for his heart to bear. Perhaps if Sir Graham had returned with the 3 lost treasures of Daventry. Don't put this on me! I'm not the cure to cancer or whatever. He's returned to the throne. Did he find the treasures? Your Highness, I am at your service. Did you succeed in your quest? Did you bring me my stuff? I did, Your Majesty. The magic mirror. The magic shield. And the magic chest. Bleh. I'm afraid it is a little too late for me, but you have done superbly. My knight, as promised, the kingdom is yours. I know you will serve her well. The king is dead. Long live the king. It thus ended Sir Graham's great quest for the lost treasures of Daventry. Despite the loss of their beloved King Edward, the people of Daventry grew happy and prosperous and flourished for years to come. Yeah, they're all like, he did, but who cares? And whenever King Graham looked into his magic mirror, he saw visions of adventures yet to come. For him, for his children, and for Daventry, the land he loved so much. But yeah, he's died. The king dies, and he's just laying there, and everybody's like, yeah, just get him out of here. The end. So, no perfect score. I was missing 2 points, and I'm pretty sure that is because I did not guess the gnome's name right on the first try. I want to say that it deducts points if you don't do it on the first. For each try it takes, like it deducts a point, I think. So, yeah. So that is King's Quest. Listen to that. It's got a nice soundtrack. It's got, you know, it's got everything. Then we quit. Dost thou truly wish to cease our adventuring? Why, yes. Why, yes, I do. And, ooh, there we are. Yeah, and that is King's Quest 1, both versions. That should that's sort of a useful little peek at the evolution between the two art styles, those two art styles anyway, and you know just how far they came in just 6 years, you know. Yeah, that was one of the last games they released using that interpreter, and They hurried that and Quest for Glory 2 out the door in 1990 because they were running behind on all their VGA games. So that was kind of what they gave people to tide them over. And then everybody was like, it sucks. Why are you remaking our classic? Yeah, and so they got scared away from remaking other King's Quest games. But like I said, AGD Interactive, they actually remade King's Quest 1, 2, and 3 in a VGA style, along with Space Quest 2 and Quest for Glory 2. And they're pretty good. And I encourage you to play them if you're curious about Sierra games. What, are you going to write a book on Sierra history? I've considered it. I had a draft in my email outbox, in my Gmail, my drafts folder, addressed to, I think it's to Lori and Corey Cole. I think they were the ones I picked to go after first to ask if they would be willing to be interviewed for a book. But maybe. I might. Is King's Quest 3 in 2 weekends? Well, I think I'm going to go... Jay Spinoza, I'm going to go in chronological order, which King's Quest 2 would be the next one. And then after that would be Black Cauldron. And then King's Quest 3. I'm still torn as to whether I'm going to do Donald Duck's Playground, because it's not really an adventure game, but it is an AGI game. So, yeah. But I am going to do... I'm planning to, if you guys enjoyed this, you know, I'm going to try to do this every Saturday and just go through all of them. Because there's lots to say about all these games. There's a lot of history behind all of them. Gamer Tora, Fate of Atlantis. No, that's LucasArts, man. That's a different publisher. Fate of Atlantis, if you ask me personally, I think Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis was LucasArts' best game. And thank you for the subscription, Formic Brass. If you like this, if you want to see more, yeah, please follow, subscribe, all that stuff. I'd love to just go through each of these games. It's fun replaying them and just kind of thinking about them. These games were a formative part of my childhood as far as like just early gaming and all that, you know. Espinoza, King's Quest 3 was your first. And Leisure Suit Larry 2 was my first. I think my first three were Leisure Suit Larry 2, Leisure Suit Larry 3, and Police Quest 1. And I believe King's Quest 5 was, I'm pretty sure King's Quest 5 was the first of those games I played. And then I got a package trilogy for like my birthday or something that had King's Quest 2, 3, and 4 in it. Actually, hang on. One sec. Since I'm talking about King's Quest, I probably ought to just show off, you know. There's the original King's Quest 1, the first one that I played today. Nice box copy. There is the SCI remake from 1990, right there. And here, I don't know if a lot of people know this exists, but here also is the SCI version. There's the label right there. You can see it's the 512K version with this sticker that says new version, enhanced graphics and sound, but it's the old box art. So they did release that version with the old box art. Fun fact. Floppies or it didn't happen. What? Like, you want to see floppies? See, Sierra, they had these boxes, these cool 2-part boxes that, you know, neat. Got all my floppy disks, of course. Got my catalog, the entire spectrum of family games. This is their 1991 catalog. Yeah, so yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff. The King's Quest games, most of them didn't come with any neat little kind of tchotchkes. Some of them did, though. I'll be showing some of those off in the games that had, like, the good stuff. But yeah, that was King's Quest. I should here. I'll try to show you my. It's kind of a mess, but see that shelf on the right over there? That's my Sierra shelf. I got a lot of Sierra games over there. A lot of Sierra games. Oh, so that's that. I'm going to be back next weekend. This is going up on YouTube next Saturday. And then at youtube.com/geekboxing. Hello, YouTube, for anybody who's watching it there. This was on Twitch originally. And then I'm going to be doing, my plan is to do King's Quest 2 next Saturday. Same time, 3:30 Pacific. So that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll be back next weekend.